Welcome to Everyday Cooking with Ann. Today we're going to be making Chocolate Lover's Delight. Now this is one of our family favorites. In fact, several of my children prefer me to make this as their birthday cake rather than real cake because of course it's ice cream. Today we're going to be making this with our homemade pralines and cream ice cream. However, you can go to the grocery store. It's a very easy recipe to make, but just buying your own pralines and cream ice cream all ready to make. And then we're going to be using Oreos for a crust and fudge sauce on the top. So those are the three simple things we're going to be doing. But of course, we're going to make our own crust. And then we're going to use our own homemade ice cream. And of course, I have my own homemade fudge sauce, which I've already had a video made for you, along with our ice cream. So we'll put that on as under show more in our description below. So you'll have all the recipes you need to make this very simple dessert. Very simple, very simply, it's very much like a mud pie recipe. Great dessert you can make ahead of time to impress any of your friends with any meal. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you all the ingredients. If you have a food processor, this works great. I love my Ninja because you know what? It has the spiraling blade that cuts everything really, really well when you're trying to do like breadcrumbs or graham cracker crumbs or anything like that. So what I'm using is a couple of these packages of Oreos. I'm putting them right into here. These just have the regular Oreo. And true, it does have the stuffing in between. The best thing for this recipe is to use famous chocolate wafers, but not all grocery stores carry that right now. So if you don't have that, these are just as good, and almost everybody has these on hand at home too. So I'm going to put 2 packages in here because I'm going to use this for another recipe as well. And I'm going to put my Ninja on. See, this makes a nice crumb, perfectly crushed. Now, in the old days, before I had my Ninja, and not all food processors work the same, but I used to take this in a Ziploc bag and I would mash it with my one of my tools to get it really crushed up. But it didn't make a nice crumb like this. So I really like this Ninja. It does the job for me. It makes the crust very nice and smooth rather than kind of choppy. Okay, now what I'm going to do is put this I've got a couple of tablespoons of sugar in my bowl along with my crust. Whoops. And I'm going to mix this with the sugar. I'm going to put about 1/3 of a cup of melted butter. See, a very simple crust, much like what you would do with a graham cracker crust. Those are great crusts for a lot of pies and desserts because they're so easy to make. You don't have to roll it out. You just mix it together with a little butter and sugar. See, and you really honestly can't even see the filling in the crust. So I think this is just a great way to make a crust for a chocolate pie or for our chocolate lovers tonight, like we are making tonight. Okay, this is my bowl that I'm going to be using today, and we're making a smaller amount. You can use a 9 by 13, but I'm putting this in a little, I think it's 11 by 7 Pyrex dish. I'm going to put a little bit of canola oil cooking spray, because you want to be able to lift it out once it's, because you're going to refreeze all of this, including the ice cream you have. So you want to be able to lift it out of the pan easily, and the cooking spray helps make that happen. So I'm going to just go ahead and put my mixture here, my Oreo mixture in here. And I like to take just the bottom of a measuring cup and mash it right in there. You want to kind of put a little edge on it on the side there. Now, if you're going to use a 9 by 13, I think you might want to use a few more Oreos, maybe another sleeve of Oreos and a little bit more butter, maybe up to a half a cup. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is take this and put it in the freezer because you want to have it frozen so that when you put your ice cream in there, it won't gather up around it. So you're going to freeze this for about at least an hour before you put the ice cream on. We're using the homemade ice cream that we made. We have put homemade caramel sauce in here. And these are the pralines that we chopped and put in it as well. And we've softened it up a little bit so that we can actually add it to our nice Oreo crust. And so we're going to put this in here. And we're going to spread this around evenly and just mash it right in and smooth it up a little bit. So if you're buying ice cream from the store, what I would do and what I've done in the past is I just take the ice cream, take the carton off completely, and soften it up just a little bit. And then you're going to slice it and put it in on top of your crust for this chocolate lover's delight dish that we're doing. Okay, so this has got caramel sauce and pralines inside. And this is going to be put back in the freezer while we're waiting for our fudge sauce to cool. Okay, your fudge sauce as well. You can buy something like Mrs. Richardson's homemade fudge sauce, but I love the fudge sauce that's in my cookbook. I've been using it for years, and I've been making this fudge sauce to go on top of our pralines and cream ice cream. And so you might want to check that out as well. But you can buy that. This is another way you can make it very easy, is just buy your already made fudge sauce. We're going to put this back in the freezer now. We're going to put a little bit of saran wrap on top to keep it stacked down. And we'll show you at the end the fudge sauce and ready to serve. We're going to be putting the fudge sauce on top of our chocolate lover's delight. This is the third layer. Here's the fudge sauce that I made yesterday, and I refrigerated it, and now I'm just going to layer it on here. I probably have more than I need, but we'll see. Now this is going to be also frozen again, so you're basically freezing 3 layers. Freezing the bottom crust layer, then softening your ice cream and putting it on the second layer. So it might take the day before is a good time to make this dessert to make sure it's ready. And then now this dessert is going to be completely frozen, and I'll show you how we put it together when this has been frozen and ready to serve. Thanks for watching.